Guys, this is my favorite salad ever. And I'm so happy that I'm not feeling sick all day anymore because I can just eat like what I want to eat and I can eat a lot of it. And so I've got this giant salad. I've already eaten like half of it, believe it or not. But yeah, look at like all that goodness in there. It's my favorite. I will post the recipe on to my Instagram and I'll link that down below in the description if you're interested. It is just like the most delicious kale salad you'll ever have in your life. And my friend recommended it to me maybe 2 years ago, and I have eaten it like a million times since. So, there you go. If I could marry a salad, that would be the salad. I promise I won't go on and on in this video about salad, but seriously, I don't even like salad that much, and that probably sounds funny coming from a vegan, especially because one of the most popular questions people ask me if they're not really sure what you eat as a vegan, they always ask like, do you always just eat salad or lettuce or something silly like that? And truthfully, I don't eat a lot of salad. There are so many other foods that are just naturally plant-based. And so I've got a whole variety of things that I eat. But if I'm going to eat a salad, that is the best one. And yeah, anyway, getting right into week 13's update. Yeah, I am so excited that I am not feeling sick anymore. I mean, I haven't for a while. I covered that in the first 12 weeks video that I put out, but it's been, I don't know, maybe 3 or so weeks since I haven't really been feeling sick. But one thing that I had noticed in the past couple weeks is that my sense of smell has definitely just heightened. It's like a superpower, and I can smell everything so much stronger, which sometimes is nice, but most of the time it's not. And so even if I wasn't feeling sick like I was before, just all day nauseous kind of thing, if I was smelling something that just really upset my stomach, then I would kind of feel sick, or just even if I was cooking something I was really excited to eat, if it smelled so strong, then it would like kind of unsettle everything, and then I didn't want to eat it. Anyway, I can still smell everything pretty strong in this 13th week, but it's not really impacting my ability to eat that much, which is nice. So, anyway, that's a nice positive update about this 13th week for me, at least, is that I'm feeling a whole lot better. I know that going into this second trimester, that's when you can start increasing your calories more. You don't need to at all during the first trimester. So I have to go back and look at the number of calories that you actually increase within the second trimester. But so it's not going to be like that much, but I know that I am definitely seeming hungrier, which is kind of nice, like, and just being able to eat everything. So that's different compared to the other weeks. And then really besides that, there's not too many other symptoms that I'm experiencing in this 13th week. I'm able to sleep really well most of the time. I do have to get up in the middle of the night and pee like once or twice, which I never really dealt with before. And even like before this career, I was a teacher, and I was so used to having to just hold my pee all day long. Like, you don't get a chance to pee. And so it's kind of surprising to me now how often I actually, like, I feel like I really need to pee, including in the middle of the night when I am sleeping and then I have to get up. So, yeah, that's really the only thing that kind of impacts my sleep. But other than that, sleeping really well. As far as my mood goes, because I know hormones are all over the place, especially in the beginning of pregnancy, and I was way more emotional, I feel like, in the beginning of pregnancy. I just, yeah, during the first trimester, I was, well, not more emotional, I guess, like, because emotions can cover the whole range of happy and sad, right? But in the beginning, first trimester, I was definitely crying a lot more or feeling sad. Like, that just, it didn't always last long, but it would just be there sometimes, or like I would just wake up and feel really sad. Um, and so hormones were definitely like all over the place. And in this 13th week, I haven't experienced that as much. Honestly, I just feel really happy all the time. And I had one day this week where I woke up feeling just, I think it was just tired. Like I hadn't slept well that night. And I woke up and it was just a groggy day. Like the weather was going to be kind of cloudy and just bleh during the day. And that definitely impacts my mood regardless of pregnancy. So that was really the only like off day that I had this week. Everything else, I feel just so happy and excited and content most of the time, which is really nice, especially during a weird like pandemic quarantine season that we're living through. So it's nice to be able to have a lot of positive days over the negative. This whole week, the baby has been the size of a small peach, apparently. According to the app that I use to track just these weekly little developments, and it's really fun to see every week what's going on with my baby, and it gives like the fun fact for the day each day, and then like a size comparison. So I'm at the end of the 13th week now, so I'm excited to figure out what the size is for week 14. But yeah, so much development is happening in there already. It's crazy to me. Like I was reading the other day about just different parts of the brain that are developing right now, and the fact that pretty soon the baby will be able to differentiate between tastes. So he'll be able to distinguish something sour from sweet from savory. And that's kind of interesting to me that they can do that like inside your womb. So, yeah, that's been really fun to track. And then I can show you guys the baby bump. It's getting bigger finally, and I'm really excited about it just because, I don't know, it's fun to finally have something to show for being pregnant, and it doesn't always just look like I'm slightly bloated anymore. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so you can see just kind of, if I don't suck it, like if I'm sucking in, this is more what it looks like. And I don't know for these types of things, like, you know, baby bump pictures, I don't know if I'm supposed to suck in or not. But if I don't, it's like noticeably a lot bigger. So I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but it's probably like just here to here. So, yeah, wearing dresses is so much more comfortable these days. Like my jeans definitely don't button anymore. And so I know I could try that trick where you put like a rubber band or hair tie or something through the loop and around the button. But I haven't been that committed to wearing jeans during this time anyway. I'm working from home. I don't go places very often, and it's just much more comfortable to be wearing a dress or sweatpants. So that's my life these days. So there's the little pregnancy update. And then I wanted to share with you guys just a couple things about my sustainable habits during this time, just for the 13th week. This week we got some books in the mail that I was so excited about. I recently just heard of this website that is so simple. I don't know how I didn't hear about it before, but it's just called thriftbooks.com. So you can access tons of different titles through this website, and they're all, I don't know if you can hear Nora's sneezing in the background. Anyway, there are so many different titles on this website, and they're all thrifted. They're usually in really great condition, at least what I've gotten so far has been. It makes a lot more sense to me if these books are already printed and out there. Like, we should just be sharing them with one another rather than continuing this demand for brand new things, especially things that require a lot of material to make. So anyway, what I got this week, I'll just show you briefly. I got this pile of 4 books, and then I have a whole bunch more on like a wish list that I created, and I figure I'll just take it slow. I'll read through these and actually commit to them, right? And then order future books from that wish list. So, what I've got so far, 12 hours of sleep by 12 weeks old. I've heard that this one is like just a magical book that everybody should read before having a newborn, and then even during those first weeks of having a newborn, it's a good refresher. So I plan to kind of just read through that. Hopefully get prepared. I don't know. Then I got The Happiest Baby on the Block. So calm crying, help your newborn baby sleep longer. I didn't really intend to get too just on sleep during this time, but I've heard a lot of great things about The Happiest Baby on the Block anyway. Not just to do with sleep, but like calming them and comforting them, and I'm excited to read through that one. And then I've got Parenting Beyond Pink and Blue. So I'm really excited about this one. Kevin and I have already decided to just keep everything gender neutral as far as like colors or themes go. I grew up loving blue. Like, I absolutely hated pink, and I didn't want anything to do with anything pink or purple or flowers. Like, I wasn't into sports either, and sometimes I felt out of place growing up, like with my friends, because it was like you were either considered this really girly girl, or you were the extreme opposite. You were like this sporty tomboy kind of girl, and I don't know, everything just felt so put into a box, and so I didn't really feel like I fit those. And then Kevin was kind of the same growing up. Like, he was drawn to all sorts of different colors and different kinds of toys, and you know, he wasn't just like into cars or I don't know what else, like boy things are supposed to be, like sporty things. He wasn't into all of that either. So you're just a human, right? You're just a person, your baby, your child, they're just people who have different interests and likes and dislikes, and it's going to be really interesting just getting to know what our kid enjoys. So anyway, obviously we wouldn't care if we got blue things and he wore blue, like that's great, but also we're not limiting to like boys are blue, girls are pink, like these are boy toys, these are girl toys. We're not doing any of that. So anyway, I'm excited about this book. I think it's going to be really, really cool and informative. And then this is apparently the Bible of pregnancy. So what to expect when you're expecting, 5th edition. Yeah. So it's been around forever. I've heard so much about it. I've seen the movie, but I know that the movie is just it's just a fun movie. It doesn't actually have a lot of super helpful information. So I'm going to be reading through this one, and yeah, that's a lot to read right now. But I'm excited about all of it, and then we'll eventually get to all the other ones on my wish list. So for sustainable living this week, I've focused on purchasing thrifted books, and then, we did buy one new thing, the first new thing that we've bought for our baby so far, because we have a couple other things. Like, we found a high chair, and what else do we have? We've just got like a couple thrifted or secondhand things that we found. So the first brand new thing that we bought for our baby, we just couldn't pass it up. Like, Kevin had this discount for a Patagonia purchase, and we saw this on the website, and we were like, we need to get this. And we purposefully ordered a size that is going to be for later in the baby's life, so that hopefully he'll be able to get more use out of it than like the earlier clothes that they just outgrow so quickly. So yeah, so we bought this for the size 12 to 18 months, and then of course whenever he outgrows it, we plan on either saving it for future kids if we have them, or passing it on to somebody else. But anyway, it's the cutest thing. Oh, and we love Patagonia. Like, if you've been following me for some time on social media, like, you've probably noticed that. But this is what it came in, by the way. So it's just this paper packaging, and then it's got all these fun little icons on there that talk about different ways that you can live more sustainably. So like volunteer your skills, donate directly, find local events, support petitions, just all these really cool, fun ways to live sustainably that aren't always about just living zero waste. And inside is this little hoodie. And then the little bear ears. I mean, how cute is that? It is so, so, so cute. And it's gray and white. I don't know if the camera really shows the color very well, but yeah, gray and white, super fuzzy, just like, it's so cute. So, that's fun. Every now and then, we will splurge on something new, and that's okay. But for the most part, we're going to be planning on getting all clothing, most clothing, secondhand, sharing with friends, stuff like that. So I think that is all I wanted to cover within this 13th week. Hopefully you were able to find something interesting out of all of that. If you ever have anything specific that you're wondering about or have questions on, then feel free to let me know, and I will try to cover it or do some research on it because I enjoy that. So if you want, you can follow me over on Instagram at that.minimal.life. And then over at Patreon, if you want to be able to support me and just what I do. Oh, birds. I don't know if you can hear that. If you want to support me on Patreon and oh my gosh. Patreon. That is where I post bonus content and even more videos like this, but with deeper detail. Right now I'm in the middle of a Beyond Earth Day challenge for the whole month of May. So I'm helping people to live sustainably, just taking one step at a time, one step per day. Anyway, if you want to support me with any of that, or you just want to enjoy the perks that come with being a patron, then you can head on over to my Patreon, which is linked below, patreon.com/thatminimal.life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.